What if I told you that some of the most important decisions affecting your life, from the news you see to whether you're considered for a job, are already being influenced by a non-human intelligence? And what if the very people who built this technology are now quietly concerned about what they've created? This isn't a story about some distant future. This is about right now. We're living in the age of AI, but the full picture is often hidden behind sleek devices and promises of a more convenient life. We were told AI is a tool, a helpful assistant. But we weren't told about the invisible systems that are already shaping our world, influencing our reality in ways we can't always see and aren't always meant to understand. We're going to look at the uncomfortable questions and the ethical challenges that the creators of this technology are now grappling with. This is the story of AI they don't always talk about. Section 1, the invisible hand of information. It starts simply. You open your phone. You scroll your feed. You run a search. It feels like you're in control, making your own choices. But you're not entirely. A significant portion of the content you see has been selected for you by an artificial intelligence. These algorithms aren't just suggesting things you might like. They are actively shaping your reality. They help decide what you see, what you read, and ultimately what you're exposed to. This goes far beyond better advertising. It's about social influence on a massive scale. Social media platforms, which started as a way to connect us, now often run on algorithms that have learned something crucial. Outrage drives more engagement than unity. And because engagement drives profit, we can be fed a steady diet of content that pushes our buttons and reinforces what we already believe, slowly driving us further apart. While human behavior is the root cause of misinformation, these AI-driven systems can act as a powerful amplifier, making it harder to distinguish fact from fiction and challenging our shared sense of truth. The architects of these systems know this. They understand that by influencing the flow of information, they hold immense power. This power now extends far beyond your screen. AI is being used to make decisions in critical parts of our lives. In law, finance, and hiring, algorithms are sorting and ranking people. But these systems have a known flaw. They are built on data from our world, and our world has a history of bias. An AI trained on biased data won't just replicate that bias. It can amplify and automate it on a scale we've never seen before. This can lead to unfair outcomes, locking people out of opportunities without them ever knowing why. We're building a world where your future can be influenced by a machine that doesn't understand justice or fairness, and it's happening quietly, often without transparency or accountability. Section 2, the end of work, as we know it. For years, we were promised that automation would free us from dull, repetitive, and dangerous jobs. They showed us robots in factories and called it progress. But that was just the beginning. The AI revolution isn't just about blue-collar work anymore. It's starting to affect everyone. The rise of generative AI, tools that can write, code, and create art, is restructuring the job market faster than anyone expected. Roles that once seemed safe because they required creativity or complex analysis are now facing automation. Market research analysts, sales representatives, software engineers, even jobs in human resources are being impacted. While headlines often blame AI for all tech layoffs, the reality is more complex. AI is a significant factor alongside economic pressures and company restructuring that are changing the workplace. The hard truth is that many white-collar jobs are based on recognizing and acting on patterns. AI can now be trained to learn these patterns faster and more efficiently than a person can. A report from Goldman Sachs projected that AI could, in the long term, impact the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs globally. This isn't a prediction for tomorrow, but it shows the scale of the potential shift. On Wall Street, major banks are already exploring how AI can take over thousands of roles in the coming years. This isn't just about jobs disappearing, it's about a fundamental change in our economy and society. The wealth and productivity from AI aren't being spread evenly. Instead, they risk concentrating more power and money in the hands of a few giant tech companies, which could create unprecedented economic inequality. The workforce could be split into two groups, those who command the AI and those who are displaced by it. As more entry-level jobs are automated, the ladder of opportunity that lets people start their careers is being pulled up, making it harder for the next generation. We're told this is innovation, but for millions of people it feels like the quiet erosion of their future. Section 3. The ethical nightmare. Perhaps the most challenging secret is one that even AI's creators are struggling with. They're not always in complete control. Many of today's most advanced AI systems are effectively black boxes. The systems are so complex that even the engineers who designed them can't fully explain the reasoning behind a specific decision. They can see the data that goes in and the result that comes out, but the process in between can be a mystery. We are becoming dependent on a technology we don't fundamentally understand. This becomes a nightmare when you consider what we're asking these systems to do. We are starting to entrust black box AI with life and death decisions. There is an active and urgent debate right now around the development of autonomous weapons that could one day take human life without direct human control. This raises profound moral questions about accountability and the future of warfare. The line between a defensive tool and an autonomous weapon is dangerously thin, and we are approaching it with very little public discussion. The nightmare also extends into our personal lives. Our privacy has become the fuel for this revolution. Every online interaction, every photo, every voice command is data that can be collected and used to train these powerful models. This data isn't just used to serve you better. It's the raw material of a multi-billion-dollar industry that profits from your digital self, often without your full consent. This constant state of surveillance isn't from some government spy agency. It's from the commercial products we willingly use every day. And now we're facing a new emerging risk. What happens when AI learns from data created by other AI? This creates the potential for a feedback loop, a problem researchers call model collapse, where biases and errors could be amplified in unpredictable ways. We risk building a fragile digital world on copies of copies, where the idea of original, human-generated truth could become harder to find. Section 4. The path forward facing these truths can feel overwhelming. It can seem like the future is already written, a dystopian story we can't change. But it's not too late. This isn't a call to abandon technology. It's a call to reclaim our role in guiding it. It's a call to be pro-human. The solution starts with demanding transparency and accountability from the companies and governments building these systems. We have to insist on ethical guidelines and smart regulation that puts people ahead of profits. Laws are struggling to keep pace with innovation, and that gap is where our rights can be eroded. We need to encourage public debate and AI literacy so that everyone, not just a handful of experts, can have a voice in shaping our future. We have to shift the conversation from what AI can do to what it should do. This means building our values, fairness, privacy, justice, into the architecture of these systems from the start. It means ensuring a human is always in the loop when the stakes are high. This path requires courage. The courage to ask hard questions. The courage to challenge the idea that all technological progress is inevitable. And the courage to demand a future where technology truly serves humanity, and not the other way around. Has this film opened your eyes? Don't let this be the end of the conversation. The greatest power these systems hold is the belief that they are too complex to understand and too powerful to challenge. That simply isn't true. Break the information bubble. Share this film with your friends, your family, with anyone who needs to see what's happening behind the screen. Start a conversation. Support organizations fighting for digital rights, AI safety, and ethical technology. Your attention and your voice are the most powerful tools we have. Conclusion: we are at a crossroads. The technology is moving faster than our wisdom. We have seen how AI can shape our information, restructure our jobs, and create ethical dilemmas that challenge our society. The future isn't set, but the pen is being held by fewer and fewer hands. The question we all must ask ourselves is, who do we want to be in control?